I want to talk a little bit about what you do at Microsoft today. And we tend not to spend a whole lot of time on like existing titles and roles and stuff, but you have a very interesting title.
Yeah.
You're the Director of Inclusive Design.
I am.
What is inclusive design? What does that mean?
Oh, that's good. I'll try to do the short.
Take your time with it.
Honestly, I'm learning every day.
Yeah.
The best definition of inclusive design I've come across so far is designing a diversity of ways for people to participate in an experience. So they all have a sense of belonging in that space, but it starts with the inclusion of people who are most excluded from an experience. So that starting point of, we've talked a lot about the heritage of accessibility, which is often an afterthought in a lot of engineering and design schools. The heritage of universal design, which, the curb cut on the sidewalk is the quintessential example of, a design increasing access. The challenge with universal design, the way I say it, the ways that universal design has been difficult to apply to the digital space is it's been more of a one-size-fits-all kind of thinking, like these principles of every contingency and every possible human circumstance that could occur. So you think about that curb cut, right? Mm-hmm. And you've got the transition down to the street, but the moment that was created, anyone who's blind then suddenly lost that indicator of I'm moving into moving traffic right now.
Can you explain to people what the curb cut is?
So the sidewalks that we have in a lot of urban environments, especially places where we've created a ramp down to the street level. So there's easy transition for people who use wheelchairs, but also people who are riding a bike or pulling a suitcase or pushing a stroller, all benefit.
Even an elderly person, right? Like walking, instead of climbing up.
Down.
Yeah, exactly.
The graded.
Yeah, it's graded, exactly. Cool.
Yeah, and then what becomes a challenge then is how to then give an indicator to someone who has low vision or is blind that there's now a transition into the road. And so you see the texturing on the curb, and then you hear the chirping of the crosswalk. And so there's all these kind of augmentations that you add on to make sure it works well for everybody. That's, in my mind, that's universal design. It's that corner where you got to make sure everybody can pass through safely, but it requires a lot of augmentation. The thing that's unique about inclusive design is it's more of a one-size-fits-one. It's about creating something that can fit to your personal, it adapts and fits to your personal needs. It changes as your body changes, as your context changes. So it's deeply personalized, but it's also malleable and plastic and can change with you. So that's one long version of inclusive design. And the thing that is most important above all other things is the inclusion of people in that process.